I also am using this headset because my phone mic does not like it from this distance. It doesn't sound good. So buckle up. It's hard to say that technology is peaking because it's not. It's constantly getting better. But I swear these companies are making it so that we hate it more, so we don't want to buy more. All they care about are stocks going up, which means they make more money. But if us people decide to just stop buying the stuff, then they lose money. So who's the loser here? It's us because they're going to keep driving up the prices anyways. Because the few people who do buy it are now just going to pay for it at that new premium. And this rant that I'm going to be doing while sick and a horrible voice, I'm just going to be ranting about things that I hate with technology right now. Because, yeah, let's take it easy for the first topic, that being streaming services. You know them. You probably don't like them. I hate them. I don't use them. The only thing I ever use is YouTube. I do have YouTube Premium. I pay for it yearly because it's all I use. I don't pay for Apple Music. I don't pay for Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, God forbid Disney Plus. All of these things that are just ridiculously expensive for what they actually give you. I would much rather buy things myself anyway. Like in the last video, I fixed up this iPod, and you bet your sweet bippy I've been using it, and I'm gonna be doing my iPod Mini next. And I've already loaded it up with so much music. I swear to God, I wasn't exaggerating when I said it took an hour and a half to get all the music that I had on there, and it's only 40 gigabytes. I've only done 2 of the CD cases that my dad has. He has 9. I would dread having to sync it again if I lost it for some reason. It corrupted, God knows. Who knows? That 128 gigabytes might actually be too little. Music is such a huge part of my life. I always listen to it. I use mainly SoundCloud if I have to. Otherwise, I use my iPod because SoundCloud is full of ads, and we'll talk about ads. I'm drinking tea out of a water bottle. And a lot of the music, well, not a lot, but some, is straight from SoundCloud. Like, I listen to Nightcore music. I have a decent collection on this iPod, and those came right from SoundCloud because, it's offline and there's no ads. And the funny thing is that there have been times where I've been listening to something that was on SoundCloud on this, and I literally braced for an ad break. It's that bad. I really don't have much to say about streaming services, otherwise they're just getting worse, and they're putting ads in their basic models, which makes no sense. You're paying for it. What's the point? There If you're gonna get ads anyway, you might as well just pirate it, and I don't wanna do that because that's too sketchy, and besides, I would rather have physical copies anyway. In fact, I have 2 physical copies of the first animes that I ever watched, and I bought one of them on Amazon. This one I found at a used DVD store, and I was gonna buy it on Apple TV, and then I found it, and I was like, where else am I gonna find it?" I rewatched the whole thing. I just binged it, and that was a long night of cringe. But if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have gotten a tattoo of it. Now that's not to say I don't want to not stream things. It's there if I absolutely need it because there are some shows that are nearly impossible to find, or if they are physically there, they are extremely expensive. Now, my dad has a large collection of DVDs and Blu-rays that, um, if he ever wants to sell or trade them in or anything, I'm taking them and I'll pay him for them. But there are some movies that I have yet to watch that are iconic that he has physically. So it's like, why would I pay for a streaming service when I can just use my PS5 here with the disc and I can just watch it on my PS5? All right, it's time to talk about ads. Now, because I use YouTube mostly and I have premium, I don't see ads on YouTube like ever. But you bet your ass I see all the complaints on Reddit. And I understand that a lot of people don't want to pay for premium and they just want to stick to ad blocks. And yeah, I have an ad block on my desktop because the internet's nearly unusable without it. But if YouTube is fighting back on that and they're trying to make a YouTube premium that is a light version that has just less ads, but what's the logic in that? At that point, just buy premium and get all the benefits. And the worst part about all of it is that these show up on things like Facebook as well. My grandmother is 83 years old, and she has come to me and tried to ask, like, "How do I make them go away?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I just tell her to ignore them, and eventually they might go away. And I already told you that sometimes I brace for ad breaks when listening to music on my iPod, and I think that's just sad. And speaking of AI, yes, we have to talk about AI. I'm just sick of it. My fiance and I, we hate AI. Even her mom put up a like picture of something and she goes up to her like, that's AI, right? It's not real. And she goes, yeah. Then why is it on there? Like the logic, I can't. It just makes my brain hurt. It's like, why are you people just willingly buying this shit if you know it's not real? Why not actually get an actual drawing? Pick up a pencil, you talentless fuck. I mean, AI was kind of silly when it came to the first year of it. I mean, I used an image generator. It was a very basic one that generated like landscapes. I mean, it was fine, but I think I have only one image saved of it because I tried to make one look like my fiance and I were like walking together in the woods or something like that, starry night type shit. And I think I have that saved, but I don't even know where it's at because, who cares? It's not real. I would rather have an actual photographer make something like that that's actually real, actually pay someone who's talented enough to make something like that. You know, that's valuable. And not to mention Chat GPT and all these chat bots. I'm I'm so over them. You wanna know how many times I've used Chat GPT? 2 times. 2 times. One of them I don't even remember, and the other one was for naming suggestions for trials in my game. I just used the names of them and then just interpreted them myself because it didn't even tell me, like, what these could even mean. It's just I just took the names of them and, did something myself. Like, it was useless to me, so, like, what's the point? And, if you want something human-like to talk to, why not talk to an actual human? Isn't that the whole point of being a human is socializing? It doesn't make sense. Like, what is wrong with you people? And why are these companies dumping billions into it? It just makes it worse. AI is taking over everything in the worst way possible. It is making us pay more money for worse things. That's the worst of both worlds. It's if I talk about AI anymore, I might actually blow a head gasket.
Another thing I forgot to mention, YouTube doesn't think I'm 18. So thanks AI. Videos I watched yesterday, I can't fucking watch anymore. So thanks Google. You're doing a good job.
Now to a more relatable topic that some people might understand, that being phone addiction. I'm using my phone to record this. It's an iPhone 16e, and it's one of the cheapest models Apple makes right now, besides the SE, which I don't even know if you can buy anymore. But I wanted the 16e because of the single camera that's a high quality camera. Until I realized that they're using AI to upscale things. Like I don't know if it's in frame, but I'll show you. Right here is my 800 series. I've gotten one 800 in bowling, and if I zoom in on it from my bed, like at max distance, and I look at the picture, AI makes it unreadable. Like you can't even read it. But phone addiction sucks. I tried to get one that wasn't too crazy. I mean, it has a really good battery life all day. That's pretty cool. It's only died on me like once because I forgot to charge it one night. But to combat phone addiction, I got this. It's an Apple Watch Ultra 3. I got this just after they actually released it. So it's still quite new and the battery life is fucking amazing. And I got it with cellular so that like when I go to work, I can leave my phone at home. Boom. No phone addiction. I can still get calls and texts, and if an emergency happens, I'm still contactable. But phone addiction sucks. I mean, I don't use Facebook. I don't have Twitter. I don't even have Blue Sky. I don't have any of those social media things. The only thing I have is Reddit, and I usually do it for stupid memes. But the fact that it can just endlessly scroll and show me things and, feed into an algorithm. YouTube Shorts does this too. I don't have TikTok. God forbid I ever download TikTok. I would rather blow my own leg off. It's just so annoying. The nice thing now is that I have time limits on Reddit, and YouTube finally implemented something where it can remind you that you've reached a shorts limit. However, just one click of the setting, and all of a sudden that thing is gone for the rest of the day. And I'll probably end up misclicking and just doom scroll for the rest of the night. I feel like YouTube is getting worse in that aspect because I feel like I'm getting recommended the same thing over and over again, which is fine if they're good and like funny videos, but I want to see new stuff. YouTube, like I'm a small channel with no subscribers. I just do this for the fun of it. I want to see new content. I want to see new content creators. I mean, there are some times where I've seen videos multiple times from smaller creators, and then I click on them and I love them. And like, I'm a fan of this small creator now. And using the iPod as well. This is the perfect vessel to not need to bring your phone to work because I don't need my phone for music. I can just use this. I use wired earbuds now. I don't use my AirPods because I think they're finally kicking the bucket after I think 4, maybe even 5 years of having them now. I've had them for a while and they've lasted a lot longer than they're supposed to. They work, but have issues. So, no tears. They'll just get recycled. But I think it's time to wrap it up. I need to take more pain meds and I need more tea. I am out of tea. But hey, this is just an unhinged rant. This is a nothing video. This is just for people who want to hear other people complain basically. And, I guess that's there if you want it. You can click on this video if you want to watch me shell swap my Switch 2 Joy-Cons. And I've made a lot of videos now. So here's a recommended video from YouTube. Want to subscribe? Slap me in my sick ass face. Catch you in the next one.